All right, air signs. So let's be real. Have you been noticing the weirdness in your neighborhood lately? Like, you've been on this trend of growth. You have been working really hard to establish this growth as well, but it seems like your community is in some sort of like mischievous energy towards you. Basically trying to undermine you because you're an anomaly in this environment and they're starting to feel kind of territorial, like you're some sort of threat here. So you've been preparing information, you've been preparing your like ace in the hole, so to speak, here, because these people are trying to install some weird fear into you here. Yeah, so you may have moved into this community thinking that, oh, everything was gonna be great, like everything was all like glitz and glam when you moved in, and you know, the people seemed very nice at first, but as time started to move, you started to realize that this environment was actually a Venus flytrap. It drew you in with its sweet honey type of energy and then snapped the trap shut on you when they had you hooked in. So now you're working really hard to maintain an environment that has you feeling disconnected from the world around you. So this may be some sort of high-rise community or like a townhome, cookie cutter, like suburban type community that's removed from the green essence of the world here. You may be, you know, high up in the clouds or something like that. But you're starting to feel very disconnected, ungrounded from the world around you, and you're being encouraged right now, air signs, to mix it up. If your lease is ending and you're not completely satisfied, the divine is it's inspiring you and advising you to look into better options for yourself. This may look like moving outside of a city. This may look like investing in land. It may also just look like making the actual investment to leave this area completely. Maybe you're in the wrong state. Maybe you're in the wrong country. Maybe you need to get a farm. Who knows? Because this fear card here does show a scarecrow, and that always makes me think of I'm a Midwestern girly, so it always makes me think of the scarecrows in the cornfields in the fall. But with Kali and the Angel de los Muertos here, it's like you feel like this death energy around you here, maybe because of the way that these people are focusing in their attention on you, but you're not transitioning out of this realm. You're transitioning into a new day for yourself, into a rebirth. So you're being encouraged to move into balance here and to establish boundaries. Don't let people invade your privacy. Don't let people intimidate you out of your spot simply because you're different. But in the same vein, if it is genuinely causing you distress mentally, emotionally, psychologically, like I know that this is a thing in Black communities where it's like, oh, I won't let them people run me out of here. Well, I mean, if it's harming you more than it's helping you, I mean, why would you want to stay? This isn't the civil rights movement anymore. I mean, not officially anyways. But it's like, don't hurt yourself trying to make a statement here. Establish a stronger foundation elsewhere, somewhere that is going to be more conducive to this transformation energy that you have going on right now. Forgive yourself for any endings that are coming up for you, and allow yourself to release the burdens. You may be holding on to something that you inherited or something that belonged to a loved one, but it doesn't actually resonate with who you are and where you are at this point in your life. So you're holding on to the sentimental value of it, but it's like causing your hands to bleed here. Metaphorically speaking, of course. So it's like, release it. Allow yourself to feel the feelings that come up as you grieve this release. And allow yourself to move into a new day. It's like you're in this period of darkness, being trapped in this area because you can't connect with nature and move this energy with the natural cycles of nature. Yeah, this is definitely giving like concrete jungle energy to me. Yeah, this unnecessary fear that's being caused by this mischief energy in your environment is not doing you any good. So with this eclipse energy, you're being encouraged to allow the emotional burdens that you've been accumulating because of this community, leave them at the wayside, and instead focus your energies on having a breakthrough in the happy environment of your home here. So you may need to get into your witchcraft bag, your manifestation bag, this for this eclipse, air signs, so that you can pull down the environment, people, places, and things that are going to work best for you and for your goals moving forward in the future here. Let's see. This is very much so different energy than we had for the earth and the water signs. They are focusing more on physical, like financial stability, it feels like, where this is very much so more about your environment, air signs. Let's see. Also, if you're new here, hi, welcome in. This is Ghostwriter Intuition. I'm your girl Bree. I'll be your judge, jury, and executioner. Go on and hit that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with all of our investigative tarot, Zodiac tarot, as well as spiritual warfare tips and tricks and to help keep you get strapped up in these spiritual streets. These streets. All right. You actually, air signs, might want to go check out my live where I made a baneful protection oil. I think that would actually be very helpful for you transmuting this mischievous energy around you right now. Yeah, we are with the Temperance and the Tower. We are definitely transmuting some chaotic energy. This is leaving behind that tower in the clouds and allowing oneself to be led by divine guidance here to go up on the mountain and see what it is that they really need in their life here. With the Temperance is Sagittarius energy, so this is expansion. You are a big fish in a small pond right now. And with this Knight of Wands energy, these people are envying you, whether you have more than them or not. You know, it's what's in you, not what's on you. So yeah, incorporating some sort of baneful protection or transmutation jar would definitely help you to leverage this energy that's been like being sent towards you, and it has been like trying to keep you from getting your justice here. And it will allow you to take this energy and focus it in on balancing the scales to be in your favor here. Yeah, because I think what these people are doing, they may not necessarily consciously realize that they are doing it. Some people are used as vessels for the energy, empty vessels. With the moon here. So with this moon card clarifying temperance, it's like you see what is going on here subconsciously for these people, and because you have the 411 on what's going on beneath the surface, you're able to know the path forward to navigate to this tower here. But this knowledge is also a little bit of a double-edged sword here, because I'm sensing, again, there's like that little bit of ego, like I'm not gonna let these people run me up out of here. So you may see it and you may be calling it out. And it is this calling it out that's leading to this lack of resources and the lack of the ending of this cycle here, because it's like triggering these people essentially here with pointed, sharp words and communication, impulsive communication, just cutting people up. And it's like you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, you know? But rest assured, these jealous energies are not going to be victorious with the Chariot in reverse here. They're not going to move forward in dominating you. But I'm seeing that they're also not going to necessarily go out of their way to change their perspective either. This is like older people getting stuck in their ways, or people being stubborn, or not wanting to face the mirror because the reflection is too scary. But with the Lovers here, you're being encouraged to co-create with the divine in order to create what justice is going to look for yourself. Heavy Gemini, it is an air sign reading. Heavy Gemini, heavy Libra energy here. And it's like, as you co-create with the divine and step into partnership between your conscious and subconscious mind, your desires and your action, your masculine and your inner feminine, you're going to be moving into this Knight of Cups energy, moving forward out of the desert, out of feeling like you have to guard your emotions, guard your cup, and you'll instead be moving into this oasis, moving to where the water is, and instead of like letting these people feel like they're cutting your water off just to get, one up on you here. You may want to work with the god Hermes at this point, because these winged shoes always make me think of Hermes, in order to, if like there's any communications that have been kind of lagging, like maybe you're applying to new places and you're not hearing back, definitely petition Hermes, because he can help to speed those communications along, and he can also help you to find better ways, like better destinations, better ways of communicating as well with these people, so that you're not cutting people up with your words when you're not necessarily intending to here. Any more messages from my air signs? We have the Five of Cups. So yeah, this is focusing on, you're focusing on the like, okay, but if I leave this behind, it feels like a failure. It feels like I lost because I'm I didn't stand my ground with these people, but is it really worth it to, stress is not good for your health. So is it really worth it to risk your health, risk your sanity, risk your emotions, and in some cases, like, risk your job, risk your resources in order to put on some air, like, in order to stay in the castle here, so to speak? Or is it better to move on, even though it might be hard, even though it doesn't feel good, and to move into this Two of Cups energy where it's like there are partnerships that are gonna work for you, there are contracts that are gonna work for you, that aren't gonna treat you like you're the fucking troll under the bridge here, man. Like, at a certain point, you gotta, like, cut the ego, cut the shit, and get over yourself, air signs. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like that guy, but let's be so for real here. Because what is familiar is keeping you stuck here with the Six of Cups and the Eight of Swords. You're going along with what the past has told you should be emotional fulfillment, what society tells you should be emotional fulfillment in a home, and it is this societal expectations, this, I don't know why I'm hearing castle doctrine, I don't know, but it is this way of thinking, these outside perceptions that have bound you up in red tape, blinded you to what you really want, and now you feel like you can't move this way, you can't come, you can't go when you want, and you, like, the emotional fulfillment here is drying up. Okay. So it's definitely time for a change. Let's get closing remarks from the runes, and then we'll pull a couple of past life and shamanic healing cards. Urus, Nauthiz, and Thursas. So this is a lack of stability, a lack of fertility, virility. This is a lack of strength, a lack of groundedness in this home environment, that with Nauthiz being here, you feel restricted and bound up. Nauthiz is the rune that basically the rune version of the Eight of Swords, man. So it's like you've come bound up in all these red tape, but with Thursas being here, it's like you need to. So this is the axe. This is Thor's axe. So Thor's hammer. This is a precise lightning strike, a precise move. It may seem violent, it may seem a little chaotic at first, but this is also a rune that is really good for healers and for people who need a breakthrough. Because, so this rune, you can think of it like a tower. So it's like the tower, yes, it can cause a lot of destruction, but it can also, clears the path, clears away the illusions, clears away the falseness, the ego, and allows us to see things in the truth of what they really are and to move forward. It gets down to the root of the disease and eradicates it. It's the way, like, Thursas is the tough love of the therapist who tells you the truth because they have the faith that you will know what to do with that information, even though you don't want to hear that shit. As I drop half of the deck. Okay. We have slow but steady in reverse. So this is not something you want to take your time with. This is something that is gonna be coming to a head here. We have a lot of death energy in this reading. So this is definitely a transformation. Like, this transformation is not going to be something slow. It's going to be very, very sudden. Celtic. New beginnings. So with this Celtic energy here, you may be feeling this may be religious differences in the area that you're in. Maybe you're not a Christian and it's a lot of Catholics around you. That's what I'm picking up on with this Celtic cross here. This is also giving the energy of like Saint Patrick and the Templars eradicating the snakes, the pagans out of Ireland. So that could be significant. You may need to go watch the reading. I think the title is something like Past Life Beef that extends back to the Crusades. You may need to go watch that. Maybe there's messages for that or in that for you. We have Ascension, Reunion of Souls, and Greco-Roman here. So, yeah, you're going through a sudden awakening that will bring a transformation and an ending in your life, but that will reunite the parts of your soul that you feel like you've lost in the pursuit of keeping this neighborhood on lock, is what I'm hearing. Okay, for showing up a certain way in your neighborhood here. And you are healing your relationship to your masculine energy, stepping more out of like the rigid religious view of a masculine, and perhaps getting more into the free-flowing and like hedonistic Greco-Roman view of men. This Greco-Roman card could also just be, again, alluding to the fact that you should probably be working with Hermes at this time in order to best suit what you are trying to do in this world. All right. And also, air signs. Your guides are urging you to accept the truth about an unrequited lover. That may be the truth that you don't want to hear and accept. All right. And with that, we're going to leave that there. Thank you so much for being here. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Any personal services you need, we're definitely open. Just click the link below and book in. We'll get you taken care of. And with that, let's ride out.